All right, whatever. We're doing this. And I need to start now. Hi friend, welcome back to my channel. I am back after a pretty long break. I do apologize, but that's what we're here to do today, is to chat about it and just to catch up. I have this little sliver of time today that is almost unusable at this point, but I am really wanting to get a YouTube video filmed, get back with you guys, and just kind of share what's been going on, how my summer went. Yeah, you know, just chat. And I hope that I can find the words to like articulate all my thoughts. I almost scripted this video, but then I was like, not scripted, but just kind of give myself like some bullet points, because I tend to get very scattered when I'm talking about things. And then I didn't. So we'll see how that serves me that I didn't do that. But let's just do some makeup. Let's talk about how the summer went. I've been thinking about you guys a lot and getting back here and how much it means to me to be consistent on YouTube, or to at least maintain a presence here so that I can start to be consistent. And I almost took my little pocket of filming time today and made reels and TikToks, because I just like, every time I have any time to film, I just panic film short form content, because those platforms just make you feel like you're never putting out enough content and you need to film and post more and more and more. Kind of had a little conscious moment in my vicious cycle, and I was like, you know what? I would rather show my YouTube some love and delegate and prioritize some time towards that today. Even if it's not this super well thought out, well planned production of a video, I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to say hi. I just wanted to catch up. So let's hang out. Let's do some makeup. Hope you've had a good summer, by the way. Welcome to fall. Welcome to October. Let's get started. I'm just gonna do a little fun feel good look for me. After this, I have to run to Target and get our groceries for dinner, but that's the only place I'm going today. So, and Target has seen me a lot worse than this, trust me. I'm not putting too much emphasis on the look or the products today, but I will kind of flash the products up as I go. We're starting with the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Cream. This is their natural matte version. I love the kind of normal version of this too. Or I guess I should say the original version. Full transparency, did a partnership with them, so exciting, right? But yeah, love this product too. Has a little bit more of like a natural to glowy-ish finish, but I want more like that kind of like blurred out matte skin right now. So we're going to use the natural matte version in this tealish colored tube. The coverage on these are great, and you get a good amount of SPF. Like this one is SPF 40 and the original one is SPF 50. And as always, I will go ahead and list and link everything down below. So now that that's been covered, this summer was a stretching summer, a growth season for me, which I've talked about it before in previous videos, but the last few years for me have just been a lot. There's just been a lot of shifting and changing. It kind of just feels like becoming who I am has been such a stressful experience. All throughout my 20s, and now I'm going to be turning 31 this month, and in this constant state of letting go what I thought my life was going to look like right now, realizing what I thought my life was going to look like isn't even what I want anymore, too, figuring out what I want, and all that good stuff, all that deep thinking. And I've honestly, it's been a lot, because I had a baby a year ago. He turned 1 over the summer. I've been avoiding my deep thinking, but like a year and a half ago, I started getting closer to God, and I've just been praying for him to work on me, and he has been. He has been, and a lot has been changing. And even though I know people can't really see that on the outside, there's been a lot to deal with like on the inside. And it's just been, I think, in combination of like having another baby and stuff, kind of finding my place again, and that in relativity to how God sees me and what God's will is for me, and how that is actually what I want now. versus all the things I chased around in my 20s, even up till, you know, pretty recently. Persona Cosmetics Dream Stick Bronzer in Dune. But, you know, my journey kind of getting closer to God, that is something that's still, like, it's sacred to me. I could see myself in the future maybe sharing a bit more of how that's all went down and all the details and stuff, but it has been so impactful, if not one of the most impactful things that has been happening in my world. And I think it's beautiful, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that it's been easy. I can tell you that much by how much pulling apart and shifting and shedding that has been happening for the last like year and a half, 2 years. But we're talking about the summer, so let me try to stay on that topic. Although that has been a big thing this summer, it's just like praying, being in my Bible, going to and looking to God for all the things I normally overthink about and try to deal with by my own strength and understanding. Amical Desert Date Multi-Stick Blush in Dune. This is like such a pretty brownie, burnt rosy terracotta color. But I do say that to say over this summer, I like got so down about content creation, and I will not go on a tangent about like views and likes, but I will say that I really questioned if this thing that I've been pursuing full time for the last 2 years loves me back, and if like how real I could be with myself about the answer to that, so that I know to either cut my losses, concede, and look for a traditional job again, get back into like a 9-to-5 situation, or if I'm just throttling because it's been 2 years and I'm tired and I'm changing and everything. I have been kind of reevaluating if it's for me anymore or not, including this, because this is such a big part of my life. Like every time I have a free moment, I run to this to try to feel like I'm being productive with it, to try to feel like I'm pushing it forward, to try to feel like, you know, I'm doing something with it and I'm gonna eventually really make contributions to my family with it. And like it's meant a lot, and I think that's why it was so important for me to know, like, am I all in on this moving forward, or am I just trying to make something happen that's not meant to happen? This is the Ilia multi-stick and Dear Ruby, that beautiful red color, gorgeous. I'm feeling like really warm and rosy, but like rosy brown for fall. So yeah, that was like a question that I've been sitting with it, and I really wrestled with that over the summer. And it's not necessarily why I haven't been uploading on YouTube, but I left a streak up here. You know, it was a huge thing. I'm still keeping my eye on how I feel about this, but what I learned not even that long ago, or with the kind of the conclusion I came to, I'm going to change the way I go about this. Being honest with myself, I still love this. I always have, even though I'm not making a ton of money. Ton is like a stretch, but you know, even though it's not always the most rewarding thing, I genuinely love this. I genuinely am not ready to like let it go. That's not what I would want to do. If I did let it go, it would be because I truly felt like that's what God wants me to do, or my back is so against the wall financially. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. But even like then, I really want to operate out of faith now. So yeah, the conclusion that I came to, Hourglass concealer, it was that intuition of like, hey, I actually feel in my heart that I still want to do this, even if like it doesn't make sense. It's not absolutely crazy to continue, but at the same time, it's like running out of patience, need to be a little bit realistic. It's only getting more expensive to live, like, you know. But I watched a video from Melody Alyssa, and I'll link her channel down below. I absolutely love her. But she had this video that said like, do it again with God. And that's like, I had been praying about that, like praying like, please help me figure out, if like, if you don't want me to do this, God, then I won't. I will let it go. I don't want to, but like, if you give me the clear, like, stop doing this, then I'm gonna stop. But if you do want me to keep doing this, please let me know, so that I know to fight through this doubt. And yeah, Melody Alyssa had this video that was like, hey, you've been trying to do this thing, or you were trying to do this thing by your own strength and it wasn't working out, and God is asking you to try again, but to do it with him, do it for his glory, like do it with him. And I was like, oh, it was finally something that directly really spoke to me on top of the way I was feeling about it. And since I kind of really like absorbed that message, I felt like re-inspired in this again, because I feel like that gave me permission to pivot and to do that through that lens and through the place that I'm at, versus to just keep trying to do the same thing. It's like my whole approach to this has changed. I just had been feeling like I'm panicking, I'm on a hamster wheel, I'm doing all this, it's thankless, it's rewardless, this doesn't love me back. This is just like, it's so exhausting to spend every spare minute trying to do this when I'm a mom with other responsibilities, and to not feel like it's really building anything, you know? Let's do something with my lashes and eyes. And now I kind of just feel like I'm just gonna be in my own lane, like 110%. What feels authentic, what feels like the place that God wants me in, what is on my heart to talk about, what's on my heart to create and put out into the world, regardless of what is trendy and aesthetically pleasing. But I really have been feeling that tension of like trying to be that person that the algorithm is going to push, trying to be the beauty creator that I think everybody wants to see and follow. That is like hurting me. That's really clouded me and drained me. And I absolutely love beauty. Like, just, I bet if you didn't hear me say all this, like, you might notice a little bit of a difference going forward in my content, just because it's gonna be just a little bit more lifestyle, like non-aesthetic lifestyle, like, hey, I'm normal, like I'm on a budget, I'm not pretending to have a glamorous life. Like I don't. I am 31 years old. I've never been on a plane. I've never taken a trip. I've never taken a vacation. I still can't afford one. I've never been invited to a brand event. Like, even as I say that, I feel like I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth soon, because I know that good things are coming for me, but like, this is the reality of where I'm at in life. This is the stage of life that I'm in. That's kind of what my message is now through my content, is just like embracing the stage of life that I'm in. And I want the person on the other side of my content to feel like they can do that too, because I'm kind of just really burnt out of just like aspiring to like all the things of the world, like all the things that are kind of shoved down our throat, of things that we should have, that we should want, that we should aspire to. And let's be real, you know, a lot of it is really reserved for a very small percent of people, and really superficial. And like, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I'm not being judgy at all. I'm just saying, when that's all you see and you're not in that place, it creates insecurity where insecurity didn't exist and doesn't need to exist. Like, I don't want to be in the business. Let me keep going with my makeup. I need my lash primer. If I'm gonna continue to be a content creator, I don't want to be in the business of creating insecurities for women where they didn't exist before and where they don't need to exist. And I mean insecurities in your living situation. I mean insecurities in how you look, your day-to-day, your style, your clothing. Like, I feel like all these insecurities are just like created through this overflow of pushing like standards that are actually really hard to attain. I don't want to just fill this space as another person, as another woman who's making other women feel insecure. And I know I can't control how people receive me, but I'm tired of like trying to be perfect and push the idea of perfection on people who just want to feel like seen. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I realize that opens the door for judgment, but I really feel secure in more meaningful ways. That I am just the type of person that it weighs on me heavy to be fake in any capacity, to be performative in any capacity, to do anything that just doesn't feel right for me, which is why I couldn't stay in traditional work. Like, I literally couldn't. It was killing my mental health. I had to pursue this, and I still feel like I belong like doing this, but just don't feel like I belong in that like playbook way of like, this is how you need to show up as a beauty creator, this is how you need to show up as a lifestyle creator. I'm exhausted trying to make that work, and it makes it so hard for this to even be a thing that I have time or space for in my life, when I have to do so much like perfecting and staging in order to create anything. It only works in this very narrow kind of perfected space that is rare in my day-to-day life. It is very rare. While my lashes dry, just brightening up my eyes a little bit more, and then we're gonna set them. And then like Sephora Squad came around again, and I decided I wasn't gonna apply for that. Some of you may know that I have applied for it before, and I've actually been a finalist 2 years in a row. I was a finalist, and 2 years in a row they obviously did not pick me. After the last year when they rejected me after becoming a finalist again, I just washed my hands of that whole thing. And some of you may know I used to work for Sephora too. Not for the longest time, but I was a supervisor there. Every time I've encountered Sephora in this professional partner capacity, whether it was working for them and whether it was Sephora Squad, it was that constant theme of like, you're good, here's a carrot to dangle, but you're not good enough. When you're a finalist, you know that they really looked at you, you know? So they did that twice. And so I kind of made the decision that I'm not gonna knock on that door again. It's not my door. I've brought myself to them several times, and they have shown me, you know, how they feel about that. So that came and went, and that was also like around the time that I was like, am I even gonna do this anymore? But yeah, it really wasn't even a question. Like I am not applying for that ever again. I'm not. I revoked that privilege from them for them to make me feel good enough or not good enough. I have continued to work with all their brands anyway. And so the confirmation has always been there that I don't need them. And it's like putting them on a pedestal has not served me. And it really taught me a lesson about just doing that in general in this industry. Putting any individual or company or entity, whatever, putting them on this pedestal like they are going to be the ones to decide your fate. That is not, you don't want to give anybody or anything that power. They do have power objectively, you know, it's Sephora, but they don't have that power. I wasn't going to give them another opportunity to make any decision on me because it's not theirs to make. So this is the Say Lip Liner 101. They recently launched lip liners, and this is their deepest shade tease. So we're just gonna do some lips while we continue to wait for our lashes to dry. They're almost there. Aside from that, the summer was just really busy because everyone in my entire little family I've created has summer birthdays. Both of my boys and my partner, and my partner's mom and my mom. And like, summer is just like busy no matter how you put it every year. So it was a combination of that, and then me going through stuff as I do, really imploding and just taking a step back. But I'm at a point now, which I think is why I can even like film this, or why I feel ready to film this and talk at all, is because I'm at a point now where I actually feel good about continuing, and I feel like I kind of know how I want to continue. And I can't control a lot of things, but the things that I can control, I finally feel like settled about somewhat. This is the RMS, I forget what these are called. They look like this. This is the shade Monica, and I'm just gonna dab it in the center. It's like a moody berry rose type of color. But basically, I'm just like not trying to appeal to everyone anymore. That never worked for me. And it was really hard to even try to attempt every single day, and just very exhausting. I know that especially with what I've just communicated, even less people are gonna be for me or for my content, and that's okay. I am okay with that now. Like, I feel like I've already lost so much, and that's not to sound depressing, but as I've stated, like in my social life, and like I have what I have, and that's me and my family and God, literally. So I don't know what I'm doing trying to please like people who I will likely never please. Pretty. And then like on a very practical level, like I really just want to get it together, because I've just been able to see myself more, and I'm like, we got to change these habits. Like it's a lot of self-sabotage that I'm really like sick of. You just get sick of your own shit, and that's where I am too. But I'm also overwhelmed because it's like a whole overhaul of the way of who I have always been. Yeah, so we have to like overhaul all of this. We have to be strong in becoming someone we've never been before, you know? But man, I'm grateful to be changing, because like I said, becoming more of who I am. And that's actually what's been happening every year. And it's been messy and painful, and it's felt like such an unraveling. And I almost feel like a little self-conscious and embarrassed to be like, I don't have everything figured out. I'm reconsidering these really core things of my life, and like, I'm not there yet, wherever there is. But the gag is, nobody's there yet, because there is not a place. It is just something that we chase. We are all work in progress. And I can tell you the type of work in progress that I am right now, there are nuts and bolts and screws and bits and pieces of things everywhere. Like, it's very much, it had to come all the way apart. And now we're starting to rebuild a foundation. But am I grateful to be rebuilding the foundation that I'm building now? It is the foundation that I wish I had all along, but that's neither here nor there. It is happening in the timing that it was always meant to. And I'm so grateful for that and hopeful for the future again. I'm content not being all put together if what that is not what I was meant to be. I don't know, like, I used to have no lashes and now I got lashes, girl. I don't know what happened, but that lash primer, I will not do mascara without it now. Like, it makes such a difference. And then I use the Kush mascara, which is like one of my favorite mascaras of all time. My lashes had been really like sparse and falling out to where I literally had bald spots in them, and they're so full now, and they just, I don't know. So when I put mascara on them, they actually look good. All right, lastly, let's do some powder products. If you were hoping for a deep conversation, I hope I delivered, because you know how I do. So yeah, and now my birthday is this month, and I get to go through the birthday weird feelings, which I actually, usually it's already starting up and I don't feel weird about my birthday this year. I feel a bit more at peace. I'm actually not like beating myself up about where I'm at in life right now, which is something that I do every year around my birthday, to the point where I completely make myself depressed. And then I have a birthday that doesn't fix all my bad birthdays before that and my whole childhood, and it like reinforces this idea that I'm not special and like nobody cares and stuff. Like, I'm just not like going through that right now. Like, those aren't the thoughts that I'm having around my birthday. Like, it's gonna come and it's gonna go, and I'm just grateful to be here, man. That was the Kosas Cloud Set Powder, and now I'm using my House Labs bronzer. But yeah, that was a mouthful. Hopefully this video isn't too long. Lastly, I'm gonna top my cream blush with this gorgeous powder blush from Give Beauty. This is the duo Lasting Love. One is matte, one is satin, and these are really pigmented. I gotta watch it. Stunning, pretty. But yeah, I love beauty. I will continue creating about beauty. I don't know if there's a world where I'm not gonna be this beauty obsessed girly girl. Like, that is who I am at my core. That has always shown through. And I also, some of the most impactful women in my life were just like me in this way. Like, I can't let beauty go. Like, it's so ingrained in who I am, and it makes me feel so good just to play and indulge in this part of myself. So you don't have to worry about beauty content going anywhere. I would love to know, like, based on anything I've said, if you have any other topics that you'd like me to explore, or like content ideas. But we're just gonna keep rolling. Like I said, there's not gonna be like a switch flipped on my content, but I guess now you know like what's going on in my inner world and where I'm coming from with things going forward. I feel really pretty. I love this makeup. It's so pretty. And then this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Extra Glow. I'm really glad I had a chance to sit down and I took the time to give my YouTube family a video, and I also feel very exposed, but it's okay, because this is real. And if you resonate with anything that I said, please let me know. Would love to hear from you in the comments and know who's out there watching my videos. I hope you had a great summer. If it was a little bit messy like mine, just know you are not alone, and We are gonna have a great rest of the year, and I really, really appreciate you watching, especially all the way to the end. You definitely did not have to, but you did, and your support means so much, so thank you. If you haven't already, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Again, all the products are going to be listed and linked down below, as well as Melody Alyssa. While I've gone through these shifts and changes and kind of all the isolation that has come with it, her channel has been a great comfort to me, so I definitely want to link that down below in case any of you want to check it out. And I will see you next time. I hope to see you next time. So I hope you have a great rest of your day or a great rest of your evening. See you soon. Bye.